Welcome to another episode of This Week in Wrestling, brought to you by the Run the Play Network. I'm your host, RTP and ANTNHD, and next to me, I got my boy RTP John. John in the building. John, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling very jealous of you today, actually, because you got to go see the War Games in person, man. That's pretty sick, and you got to see Cena lose, but that's okay. That's okay.
It was amazing, man. Honestly, there's just nothing like going and watching wrestling live. Like this card, as far as the internet goes, like as far as what they're saying, like wasn't a great card. And I kind of agree. Like if I watched this on TV, I kind of would have been mad about it. But because I was there and I got to scream and cheer with my friends, it was lit. I will say though, I did see a lot of complaints online about the crowd sucking. And whenever you're in one of those stadiums, everyone online is always like, "Oh, I was there. It was great." This crowd was not great. This crowd was honestly the worst wrestling crowd I've been a part of. Like it was fun getting lit with my brother and my homeboy, but this crowd was generationally bad. Like no dirty dom chants. No one was like, I was trying to get lit. I was wooing. No one's wooing back. Like just a bad crowd for me personally.
That sucks. Um, yeah, I've only been to a handful of WWE events, and none of them have sucked. Actually, that's not true. When I saw Cena beating the Nexus, I was a huge Cena fan at the time. I was at that SummerSlam, and the crowd definitely was like, as soon as that was happening. When
Vibe
everyone
kill.
started realizing, oh, he's actually about to beat the entire Nexus. Like I think everyone's like, "There's no way."
But
And then, yeah,
that's good, like a crowd going from lit to like this sucks. Like this was just like
they just never even got there.
it felt like everyone was too cool. I had a run in with FaZe Rug. That was pretty cool. I saw FaZe Rug, said what's up to
Oh,
FaZe
really?
Rug.
That's random.
Dude, we were walking. We got there early. We were walking, and he was just like standing outside of a hotel. And my homeboy was like, Rug. And I don't watch FaZe or nothing like that, but I know who he is because my brothers watch him. So I was like, oh, like we got lit, whatever. We
Was he
saw
there
Rey
for the event?
Mysterio. Huh?
Was he there for the event?
Yeah, he was there for the event. They didn't
I
put him on the
gotcha.
screen though, I don't think. But when he left his seat, they flocked him, bro. There were so many people around him. But at the when we saw him
Oof.
outside the hotel, there was no one. No one even like looked his way, which was pretty weird. I saw Rey Mysterio outside the event before the event started without his mask on. He was like walking from his hotel. That was pretty cool. We were all like Ray, and then my homie was like, "He's a deadbeat." So that
You
was
gotta
funny.
think that like he's gotta tell Dom all of that stuff. Like as like a father son thing, they must be having the most fun of their lives right now.
Oh, for sure, for sure. It's great character work. And the last guy I saw was dude, this was the weirdest one. I saw Ray Fenix, like literally, like I could have reached out and like put him in a headlock. But I didn't recognize him. He was wearing his mask and a suit, but he was so tiny. Like WWE online says he's 5'10". I just thought it was a fan in a mask because of how little he was. But I was like, why the fuck is this dude in a suit? And then the dude behind me was like, Ray Fenix. And like he looked and like gave a wave. That threw me
Yeah.
completely off because he was so small. Um,
I didn't know he
yeah.
was that small either. I mean, they do a really good job of the proportions online. I mean, online on TV. Like, I feel like they're very careful about the referee size they'll put in there with the smaller guys. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They definitely we learned about that recently that like they'll put the smaller shorter referees in with the luchas so they don't seem as small. Um, which really preserves the shock when someone huge comes out. Like if you saw Ray next to Damian Priest, you'd probably be like, "Wow, this guy's small." But you never really see Ray Phoenix with that because that would
Dude, he
make
was
Penta
probably
look
like
small too.
5'7". Like he was up to my chest, bro. He was little.
They
Um,
always lie about their heights too.
he was tiny. I saw Santi's app. We were far from him though, but I saw him walk in. I wanted to say what's up to him because I do like watching his videos online. I would have been lit if I saw like Simon Miller too. But that was pretty much it, man. It
Was
was
Simon
fun.
Miller there?
No, but that's just like a
Ah,
wrestling creator that I love. You got to show love to Simon Miller. I know we're both Simon Miller fans, but let's talk about the actual show. Um,
mhm.
let's start with the men's War Games match because this is the title of the video. I know if you guys are watching it, that's what you're gonna stick around for. And the mystery man. So there's a lot of names being thrown around online. We do this every week when there's something like this. I got some names here. I want to run them by you. Tell me what you think, okay? The easy one, what they want you to think, Seth Rollins. You think
Yeah.
there's any chance this is actually Seth Rollins?
I do, just because I think WWE can be either very creative or very lazy. It's very rare they're in the middle with their decision making. You know what I mean? It's either
Yeah,
like they like with the Miz, for instance. It's like they gave you exactly what we all kind of thought might happen, and it was just like the laziest way to do it, and it felt very shoehorned. Even though they had like a week and a half to figure it out, they just were like, "Ah, let's put the Miz in there and have him lose again."
yeah,
Or they could have gone the other direction, which they've done before too, where they have like like a crazy, they pull something together, you know, RVD. Like they could, like, I don't know. They, or even just pulling anyone from TNA that's hot right now. Even
yeah.
if it's not related to Cena, if you're gonna have someone lose, why have it be the Miz? Why not just have someone else? So I don't know. When
NXT
it comes
too.
to this, yes, or even from NXT, have someone
Yeah,
come in and lose. If someone needs to take the 3 to LA Knight, that's not a horrible loss, and that's a great way to make a main roster debut. But no, it's the Miz again. They make decisions like this all the time. I think it might just be Seth Rollins because it is the obvious thing, and WWE might just be wanting to do the obvious thing. Um, they might be doing like an El Grande Americano thing where they're trying to blur the lines between kayfabe and reality more by having someone do that, so you're not sure. If it turns out to be Seth Rollins, I won't be that upset. I'll be a little confused because I feel like Seth would want to screw over the Vision, which is why I think it probably it seems like it isn't Seth, but I'm not. But I like, how much nuance is WWE putting on this? I don't know. It's really hard to tell because sometimes it's slop, sometimes it's masterful.
mhm.
Um, but we both agree on that. We want it to be the same guy, though.
Yeah. So that's the next guy. I think this is the guy that
Yeah,
everyone thinks it is. I would probably say there's a 95% chance that it's Austin Theory. Got him in the thumbnail for this. I think it's
I'm
Austin
hoping.
Theory personally. I'm hoping. I just My only question is they got to tie him in a good way. I saw people saying maybe he gets tied in from Logan Paul, and
Yeah,
Logan Paul's the one because they have a connection. I saw people saying that it's Theory and he's going to kick Logan Paul out of the Vision. Um, I wish there was more clips online of everyone in the ring's reaction. Like I would have loved to see how Logan Paul reacted because if he planned this somehow, like you would have been able to see that in the ring, but you just
yeah, he
kind of
would have
see the
sold
top
it.
and that's it. So I have no clue. I feel like they didn't do a great job at making this like a moment. Like it was cool, but it doesn't feel like something that we're gonna remember for a long time.
It should have just been revealed right then and there.
Yeah. That's why I don't think it's Seth and I don't think it's the next guy, Randy Orton. I think if it was one of those big name guys, they would have showed it there. And I also don't think Randy could have climbed in the ring like that. But uh,
I was literally just about to say. I was like, I think Randy Orton's right shoulder might disagree with his climbing cage ability.
yeah, so,
Um,
so I
Randy
just
would have walked in through the door.
for sure, he can't climb. It's just there's no way.
It's
There's
statistically proven. Yeah.
there's two names that I think would be very cool, and I want to run them by you.
All right.
Um, Ethan Page is someone that we wanted to see in the Vision. You
Mm-hmm.
think Ethan Page this could be him? Would it be cool
Um,
if it was him?
the Vision needs a shot of lightning right now. They need somebody that can cut a promo as good as CM Punk before he got fired, like, or left or whatever. Um, like, and Ethan Page has that edge. He's like a legit asshole in like an MGF way, an MJF way. He's the closest WWE has to that type of energy. He's not nearly MJF. It's obvious that's what he's trying to do.
Uh,
But yeah, I think someone like Paul Heyman could hone in an Austin Theory, can hone in an Ethan Page to really, really be something special. I mean, if you look at Evolution, I like that they're at that number now, but I say why stop there? Why not have Logan and Ethan Page? Because Logan's a part timer anyways. Like he comes in for like little stints and then goes away for a few weeks and comes in for like a few weeks and goes away for a few
yeah.
weeks. I know he's a new dad and everything like that, and he does all these other things, but whatever. I think Ethan Page is someone that can be there full time. I think Austin Theory is someone that can be there full time, and I think having Logan like a literal like cameo celebrity appearance into the Vision might be interesting. But I don't think Logan's a permanent member of the Vision, anyways.
I
I
don't
don't
either.
think he's. I think he was just like I don't think Drew is either. I don't think Drew's part of the Vision. I think they're both going to go their separate ways, and they're just going to do the WWE thing where they just ignore it.
I want to see them stick around as a tag team. Like I feel like Drew
Drew
and
and Logan.
Logan are two guys that whenever they try to do something with them, it just never they never pull the trigger. Like throw them in the tag team division and just let's see them every week and have fun. That's where I'm at with them. I can't like watch Drew lose anymore. It's just not entertaining for me. But watching Drew and
It
Logan
hurts.
in the tag division, I could get behind that. And who would really beat them? You know?
And they had a good match too. I mean,
Yeah,
they actually worked pretty decently as a tag team. And I think Logan being with someone like Drew McIntyre, who I know behind the scenes isn't going to let him get away with anything. You know what I mean? It's a very good way for Logan to learn and be legit. And I thought Logan actually the tag match he botched pretty bad with Jay, but also that was with Jay. Oh my, okay, I don't want to get started with
respect my
Jay
belt.
Uso.
We'll talk about
I
Raw a little bit.
oh
Um,
man,
Let me
but
give you
yeah.
one more name, one more interesting name,
Oh, you got
which is
another
a
one.
guy that I got one more, and I think
Okay.
this would be the coolest swerve, the coolest call up, and I don't think anyone would be mad about this.
Hmm.
Trick Williams. Trick Williams is out of the title picture in NXT.
You're right. Yeah,
Trick Williams
he's
is
free.
not going to be in the deadman or deadline Iron Survivor match. Like Trick Williams has no NXT direction. This guy kind of had that big body build. This could be Trick Willie.
I think Trick Williams would also be another good personality to have on the team if main roster doesn't bastardize his character or his mic
Yeah,
skills. That's a big if. They've done that over and over and over again. So I don't know. Or maybe it's not even WWE doing it. Maybe they just sync. You know what I mean? Maybe for some reason being under the bigger lights on Raw, you realize the stakes are higher and you just don't feel as free to shoot from the hip like they did on NXT. I don't know, but when you got Paul Heyman behind you and you have as much personality that Trick Williams has, like, I almost thought it would have been a fun swerve way back in the day, Paul Heyman going behind Jey Uso, Jimmy and Jay.
it'd be sick.
You know what I mean? Like, get those guys that kind of feel like they're right there, but there's something missing. Put a Paul Heyman or put another manager on them. Like Chris Jericho would be a good manager for that stuff too. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, Trick Williams would be another one. I don't think they're gonna do it, but
I don't think so either. I think that'd
I
be
don't
cool.
think it's Trick. I do really think it's Austin Theory. I just don't know how that's going to tie into the Grayson Waller thing. Maybe that'll be a little layup
I
feud
think they're
between
gonna
New
drop
Day and
it,
Grayson.
or
You don't think that
maybe
they're going to do? I was going to say they're going to do like a little squash feud for the Vision. New
yeah,
Day and
maybe.
Grayson Waller
I like that
versus
actually.
Austin Theory and Bronson and Braun.
But then does that make the New Day faces again? Like, and then
I
what was
think it
the
might
whole?
be a little heel versus heel action, kind of like they did with some Judgment Day things. You
Mhm.
know, like Judgment Day, like the New Day might be kind of be little tweeners for a little bit. Um, but if it's a squash feud, I don't think WWE would care too much. Um, and I think the Vision's closer to being faces than New Day.
I do too. I do too. I think everyone's just like sick of like the old WWE. Like we need some new shit, and I think the Vision can be that. Let's talk about this match a little bit. The men's War Games
Hmm.
match. Um, I got my prediction right. Braun pinned a champ. He pinned CM Punk to win the
Yes, you
match.
did.
I think what this match was kind of missing, again, for me being there, I kind of want to get your perspective a little bit more
Yeah,
because I was saying in the car on the way there, like I hate the whole like throw every heel and every face in a match, but because I
for
was
no reason.
going, I was excited because I get to see everybody, you know. So, how did
Hmm.
you feel about like the actual quality of the match as someone who's also training to be a wrestler?
Quality of the match. Bronson and CM Punk were a little wibbly jibbly in the beginning. Not Bronson, Braun.
Ron.
So, but that's the thing though. This is where you see the separation between amateur and professional is that when when Braun went a little too fast on the lockup and CM Punk got tripped up, instead of throwing out the spot, he made it make sense, and then he came back and and then they actually decided to do that spot, the fake mess up spot, three more times, but in different ways. Where they did it again, and then they did the test of power, pushing up in the corner, and did that. Where it made the first one, you go, oh wait, was that on purpose, or were they just trying to sell Braun's strength? And they did the shoulder tackle thing where it doesn't work, and CM Punk flies off. Like, I thought the beginning of that match was really really good. I don't know whose fault it was. I mean, it's kind of both people's fault if you don't get your footing when you're walking backwards, and if you're walking forward enough you should be ready to walk backwards at the pace that your person's coming at you with, especially if it's the gimmick like Braun Breaker. He's very strong. I would be ready to be like, okay, this guy's gonna fucking run through me right now. So I need to like be ready. I don't know who tripped who. I don't really care. It worked well. Um, I really liked the match though. It just wasn't as violent as I thought. It didn't the feud that there wasn't heat there for a cage match.
It was
You know?
missing the big Logan Paul spot too. I mean,
Yeah.
the point of him being in that match was like do some flippy shit off the cage, and we
When is
just
he gonna
didn't.
backflip? You know? Yeah.
Yeah, we get the brass knuckles, which is cool, but I think that's what this match was missing. Again, I do think they did a good job of making Braun Breaker look strong, and that was my whole kind of the point I wanted for this match. I think the other stuff is more interesting though. The Mystery Man, and then after the match with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes and CM Punk.
Mhm.
I think we are setting up Roman versus Cody 3 at WrestleMania and Punk versus Braun Breaker. I heard a lot of people saying it's a swerve or whatever. I
Yeah.
just think it makes the most sense to end up doing these two singles matches and running. I mean, WWE feels so slow lately. Like they need to just go back to what works. And Roman versus Cody, we all know kind of works.
Yeah, it
Um,
does.
that's kind of it on that match. I will say when the show ended after this match, everyone was booing in the arena, which
Could
is
you
kind of
see what was going on with Roman and Brock when he went out of the cage? Like, because on
dude.
TV it looked badass, but like, could you see the standoff on the ramp where they ran up and battled outside of it? Like, what is the visibility from like in the arena?
The problem with where I was sitting was I don't think I was close enough to see anything, and I
Mm.
wasn't high enough to see everything.
So you just
You
saw
know,
people.
so I was literally just watching on the screen the whole time with a bunch of wrestling fans, which was fun.
Gotcha.
And it's fun being in that arena and that environment. But I do wish either I spent a little bit more to sit closer or spent a little bit less and sat higher up with more real fans because our section was ass. It was so bad. But yeah, I couldn't see
Mhm.
much in the ring. Yeah, other than
I
like
like
the
that
matches
though.
without the cage, like the Dom match, I could see pretty clearly. But yeah.
In that
Let's
that match though, like I just want to say one thing.
yeah, go ahead.
I thought it was they kind of recycled the whole big woman comes in with Nia Jax, big man comes in with Brock Lesnar in the same position as well. Like it was kind of a rinse and repeat when you look at both war games, and also both of them kind of fell flat because there wasn't as many high points. I just want to say that now so we can get that parallel connected. So when we get to the women's, it doesn't feel like
Let's
I'm
talk about the
backtracking.
women. Let's
All right,
jump
let's do
into
that.
that one. Let's just jump into that. My big thing from this match was in the ring. Lash Legend was probably the MVP of this match. She was
She
so
was working.
amazing, but they fucked up putting her in last. I felt like she got no pop from the crowd whatsoever because she came in last, and
She
no
would have
one
been
really knew.
second.
She should have been second or like fourth, like one of the weird spots. But like I feel like most people in the arena didn't know who she was. And she came in and everyone kind of got built up to her, which was cool. But I personally think when you come out to no pop, that just kills your confidence. I think they should have
Mhm.
brought her in earlier and she could come in with the no pop for that.
And she did kind of do this too, but like when she realized, I don't know if she even consciously realized it, because in a stadium, I'm sure it's very hard to hear in general. But like as soon as the pop wasn't there, she just got to the ring and got to work. And I'm like, that's perfect. Don't just sit in the no reaction. Go get a reaction. And the close
Yeah.
and the next reaction for her was going to be accomplished in the ring. No amount of mogging to the audience was going to get a pop from them. So she was like, let's just get there and start whooping ass then. And yeah, she's so athletic. Like having Punk start first was a weird choice for me. Old man Phil. I don't know. I think Cody should have started first. That's where I thought it was going to go, and then have the CM Punk pop second. Um, but I think they're trying to establish the CM Punk Braun Breaker thing, like you were saying.
Yeah.
And then with the AJ Lee stuff too, when she came in, I know we're jumping the gun a little bit in the order of the match.
Wait,
When
wait, wait.
AJ
I'm
Lee came
confused.
in,
Are we talking about the women's match or are we going to talk about the men's
I,
match?
I bounced back and forth. I'm talking about how like the pops were out of place.
Got it.
So then,
Okay,
like,
got it.
then the AJ Lee pop came out of place too. It's like these things like the order of things felt weird, is what
I
I'm trying to
actually
say.
like the order of the face team because I think it's cool they had Rhea go last and like, oh, it's Rhea Ripley. Like we
Rhea
want to
should
have
have been
her
last no
be a
matter
good
what.
star. And then AJ was fourth. I want to say it went um Charlotte, Io, Alexa. Am I right in that?
I think so. I think Alexa was first. Io came out and she had
No,
her
Charlotte was
thing.
first. Charlotte
I'm
was
trying to
definitely first.
remember.
It was Charlotte, Io,
Oh yeah,
Alexa.
she came out with that special weird
Yeah.
looking
So I think
gear.
someone
Yeah,
custom made it. I think that was the whole point of that. Like some fan custom made it or something like that. But
gotcha. I would say it looked very different than a Charlotte Flair PLE
um
attire.
this was the only match I had a wrong prediction for, which was I
Me
thought we
too.
were gonna see some breakup between Alexa and Charlotte, and we didn't. So we'll give it that. And shout out Io Sky. The trash can spot's always cool, but the fact that her ass did a flip in a fucking trash can, like that just makes no sense. And that War Games cell looked a lot smaller than what it does on camera. I
Oh,
went
is
to
it small?
AEW Revolution and there was a steel cage
Mhm.
and it looked like those dudes could touch the fucking roof. This cage looked like tiny. So for her to be able to pull off a flip with not that much room for error, I thought that was very
And a
impressive.
blind trust too. You can't see,
Blind
so, like,
trust,
that's
yeah,
crazy. And knowing your rotation that well so you don't over rotate and, like, land and, like, break your neck or your leg, insane.
exactly.
I think Io is always a good person to have. If there's a cage match or war games match, she'll be in there. She's still heavily slept on. I thought AJ Lee climbing up to the top of the cage, I thought she was about to do. I was like, I was so excited. I thought she was about to jump off the top. I was like, no way. And then she started climbing down it. And I was like, what?
Oh,
I was like, what? And then I was like, yeah, she hasn't been back in years. Like, I don't think I would be like, yeah, let's put my bones that haven't taken an impact like this through the worst you can possibly do. And then she did like a crossbody off the top rope, which like I've been up there. It's high, but it's not that terrifying. There's a lot that can go wrong though. It's more so the person taking the move that gets hurt than the person in a
doing it.
crossbody. Unless you do it really wrong, like you could slip off the rope or whatever, or position yourself to where you land on your head or like break mostly it's like your fingers you'll break. Like you'll land wrong and your finger will get caught on the mat or whatever. Like, or maybe you'll hit your nuts on someone's arm. AJ Lee doesn't have nuts, so I think she's fine with with
Yeah,
that.
there goes
But
50%
like
of the injury opportunity.
I don't know, dude. Like I feel like she should have at that time, especially, she should have jumped off the cage. It was primed. Or maybe she was supposed to. It was like, I don't want to anymore. And
I
then
don't know. I
climbed
don't. I
down.
don't think they would have set her up to do that. I feel like she did kind of like fall in line in this match. Like I kind of forgot she
Mhm.
was in it until the finish, which sucks because she's probably the biggest name in this match as far as like
Mm.
anyone in the ring goes. But
Rhea and AJ really and Charlotte. Those are the three biggest names in the match.
exactly. So it was weird seeing her fall in line, and I haven't. This might be bad, but I just haven't loved her return. I think the whole like me coming back and being like a mental health advocate is just not like a cool wrestling thing for me. Look, I'm so pro mental health. I've had more therapists in my life than I've had relationships. But I was in therapy for 12 years. I swear I'm pro mental health before I come off any type of way, right? I'm the person that could say this, but just coming out there and getting therapy chance and stuff like that is cringe to me. I don't know. I
Yeah.
just think there's a place for it. I love how AJ Lee is on her Instagram being open and honest, even the Stephanie
Mhm.
McMahon podcast doing all that. But as far as in the ring goes, like go out there and talk your shit and win your matches. Like that's what I'm here to see, not some like cheap pop because everyone's pro mental health.
I agree with you. I also like I've had a lot of therapists. I've had a lot of therapy. Currently in therapy, I fully understand and agree with her point, and it's very important. Too many people in this world end their lives prematurely because of the demons that go on up to upstairs. You know what I mean? But I'm watching WWE to see people
Get
kick
away.
ass. So actually, I don't mind her promo. Like Eddie Kingston, for instance. We're jumping in a little bit. I'll just say this for just a split second. Eddie Kingston had a kind of a similar route where he talked about the demons he has and he talks about what he does to do it. You could have that babyface fire while still talking about mental illness, but if does it didn't feel preachy. And that's the thing. AJ's promos feel a little preachy. However, I do like the throwback gimmick and I do think she's a good worker. I think she's ramping up. I think she's getting there and I think we're going to see the Becky versus AJ match. Even though they won, they still set up that feud. Um that's
I
why I
think
was
it's
wrong
gonna.
too. I was
I
wrong
think it's
too.
gonna
I
wait
thought I
until
thought she
WrestleMania
was gonna
though.
win. It's gonna be a
I,
while. AJ's gonna
I
go
think
away for a few months.
maybe we put the Bane title on Becky because we could talk about Vaquer and Bella. This was my bathroom break match.
Yes.
This was the match that I predicted right. It was under 12 minutes. They didn't give them a lot of time. So
The over
there you
under
go.
there.
Yeah,
Code
I hit the
RTP, you would have
under.
made money. There
Yeah,
you
let's
go.
do that. Let's do that really quick. With the holiday season coming around, shout out the sponsor of the show, Boom Fantasy. Use code RTP to get a risk-free bet up to $100. We have Boom Bingo now every Sunday. I do throw my leg in. We're recording this on a Sunday, and I didn't this Sunday because I've lost. But Boom Bingo is a fun way to just watch a bunch of games at once and bet some money. It's the easiest way to do it. Less thinking. If you don't have the time to sit there and cook up a parlay, there you go. Pick and spin. A two-leg parlay could cash you out up to 1,000 times your money. Boom Fantasy is the way to go, man. It's
If
the
I'm not
best bet.
mistaken, there's a 3 times multiplier at least right now for your
Yes,
first time. So you're 3 times if your bet hits 3 times your money immediately.
at bare minimum, right? So if you do
Bare
that on
minimum,
Five
yeah.
Pick, you're gonna get 3 times your money anyway in a two-leg parlay. But if you do it on Boom Fantasy, you could get 3 times your money, or you could get 1,000 times your money. So why not? And honestly, if you love us, it's the easiest way to support the channel. Let's get back to the video. I mean, I didn't watch the Becky. I mean, the Vaquer and Bella match. I went to the restroom. I went and I bought this shirt. Shout out the last time is now merch. I went and I got a beer as well. Good time to be me.
Oh
Had a
yeah.
better time than I feel like most people watching this match. But what did you think about this match?
I actually thought it was a pretty rinse and repeat match. I knew I was wrong about my prediction as soon as the match started. As soon as it started, I was like, "Oh, this is a to get Stephanie Vaquer a win."
Yeah.
They
Yeah, I
weren't
mean,
gonna
she
do it
hasn't
for her.
defended on anything. I don't think she's defended her belt on a pay per view. She had the crown jewel match. I think we got to drop this Stephanie Vaquer experiment and put it on a superstar. Like, shout out
Mhm.
Stephanie Vaquer. I think she's an amazing wrestler. I think she needs some time in the mid card before we could just say she's a main carder. I think Julia's more ready than her, and I'll die on that hill. But I would love to see Becky or I don't know, even like Naya take this belt from Stephanie Vaquer. Honestly, just because
Yeah.
I'm maybe I'm a hater, but I'm just not a Stephanie Vaquer guy, at least right
I
now.
like Stephanie Vaquer. I don't. I like a champion that can cut a promo though. That's just kind of my baseline. And this isn't like I'm not trying to be like
If you can't
racist
speak
or
English, you shouldn't be
anything.
champ.
You should not be champ, but I'm saying cut a promo. Like even with
Yeah,
emotion, Penta speaking barely any English on his debut portrayed that emotion and that fire. Even though he said the wrong words, you saw his emotion. But when Steph and like that's the thing though is that like I got most of my family's Mexican and everything like that. You can say the wrong words, you can say the right words with I give you 4 words, you still have to portray that emotion, you know. And when she cuts her promos, I don't feel the emotion yet. But she's literally one of the most talented professional wrestlers in
I
the
agree.
women's division right now. I think she should go for the IC title. I think Becky did a good job of building up the IC title. I don't even remember who has it right now. Oh
Maxine.
yeah, Maxine. So yeah, I
Stupid.
think if I was gonna say if Stephanie loses her title to someone like Naya, I think Becky should go back to being champion and getting the title back because I think Becky showed that she can make a title important, even if it's the IC title, even if it's the US title, even if it's this, that, or the other. Um, but yeah, I agree with you. I think Stephanie's time. This is kind of like what they did with Logan Paul, where he gave him the US champion so he can be a past champion to give him some cred to his word. I think they're giving her a nice run. They're going to get some dubs, get some defenses, and then they're going to give someone the title again and move her to one of the titles that got juiced up, like the IC title or maybe the US title from um God, what's
I'm
her name right
blanking on
now?
it too.
Secret
Um,
Hervis Green,
Chelsea Green. Yeah,
Chelsea Green, yeah, from
I
Chelsea
think
Green,
I would love to see this title get bounced to either like Raquel or Liv Morgan or even Roxanne. I think Roxanne should be in all the positions Stephanie Vaquer is in. I think she's a much better
yeah,
wrestler, much better on the mic. But Raquel, I think deserves it. I feel like she's
yeah.
earned a title. Like at this point, she's kind of been like a sneaky MVP of Raw every week. So I wouldn't be mad if they bounced this. I feel like we're talking way too long about this boring ass match and what could come from it.
That's
Let's
so
talk
true.
about John Cena. We've gone 30 minutes without talking John Cena, and I have him on my shirt. The last
We got
time
Doc
is
Cena.
now. John Cena loses his IC title to Dominic Mysterio. This felt like, at least for me, the funnest match of the night. I feel like you don't really like the overbooked stuff, but how did you feel about this?
I actually liked it. I liked the Liv return. As soon as Liv returned, I was like, yeah, Cena's losing. I knew they were gonna do the double. Let's fake out. Liv's gonna beat up Dom. But since they abandoned the weird Dom's gonna cheat on Liv line after Liv got hurt, I knew they were gonna abandon that storyline. Liv wasn't gonna remember any of that because for some reason when wrestlers are injured they can never look on their phones, they can't watch TV, they don't know what goes on TV, so they just pretend. So yeah, I as soon as Liv came out and started doing the distractions, I was like either it's going to be like a ref bump or it's going to be something, Dom's going to cheat, maybe Liv's going to, then it's exactly what happened. Low blow, 1 2 3.
Yeah, I thought she was turning on Dom for sure. After like the whole stare down thing, I was like, that's it. And then you see the John Cena heel turn callback. I thought that was cool. I thought the double AA was cool. I don't know if you could hear it on the watch, but Super Cena chant started after he did the
I didn't
double
hear
AA.
it.
It was sick. That was like the only thing the crowd did right. Liv Morgan, it felt like got the biggest pop of the night being in the arena. Um, what else happened? John Cena putting over Raquel and Roxanne was cool. The injury spot, I think that's where we needed to go. I really thought for like half a second Dom was hurt. And then they started doing too much with the camera angle, and I was like, they wouldn't have the camera
They
on
were
his leg.
capturing it too much. I knew it was fake
Yeah,
because they like when Penta got hurt, um, they just showed Solo. So
yeah,
if Dom was actually hurt, they would just be showing Cena's reactions, or they would be showing the other members of the Judgment Day's reaction. They wouldn't be showing Dom as much, which is why I was like, "Oh, this smells fishy," and that's when I was like, "It's over. Cena's losing the title,"
yeah.
and I'm actually really happy with that result. I'm really happy with that result because I'm pretty certain Cena's not losing his last match. He put Dom
Yes.
over. Dom's been over. He put over the rest of the Judgment Day people. He's gonna win, which that is a whole interesting topic. Is who should Cena beat? And I
Okay, there
think
you go.
him. You
I'm
know what I
happy
mean?
because
Who
I
should
wrote
he
that
beat?
down too.
Who
Who?
should he beat?
Because I don't think he should beat Gunther. I don't think I would
I
like
think
that.
that'd be pretty cool though. He's a classic. He's a classic John Cena heel. He's a
But I would
classic.
the Gunther squash would have like I would have rather seen that than the Brock Lesnar squash. That should have been Gunther doing that. I
Yeah,
don't
I
I
think it's
can't
gonna be
see Gunther.
Solo.
You know what I think it's gonna happen, bro?
Oh no, L.A. Knight. Oh, you think it's gonna be Uso?
I think Uso's the only one that could take the loss, and we'd be like, okay,
The way that
you
he
know,
fucking smoked Rusev too.
dude. I
What
thought
are
it was
you
a good match,
doing?
though. I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
but he
I
smoked
think it was,
him. He
yeah.
took all of it. Super kick, frog splash. Just be Us. Like like this is Rusev. I don't know. I'm happy that Rusev got a lot of offense, but that pissed me off. I don't know. But this match, Dom versus Cena, Cena losing was the right move, and the way they did it was actually really, really good. On TV, it was pretty obvious that it was fake. Maybe in the arena, it wasn't as the injury spot. Like
It was the angles. The angles is what did it, and because I was watching on the screen majority of
oh,
like
you
the
probably couldn't
show,
see that from
I
where you were
couldn't really
at.
see it. I just saw him go down,
Yeah,
and then I was like, "Oh fuck!" Especially with the Penta stuff that happened literally the same week. Like they gave us PTSD. But I think the more
yeah.
interesting conversation about this is one Cena, and he's not going to go out on 2 losses, so he's going to win his last match, I think. And secondly, Liv Morgan's return. I don't know if you peeped this, but Liv Morgan's jumbotron had nothing to do with the Judgment Day, and I want to say that earlier on she did have that. So I bet they're setting up the Liv Morgan versus the Judgment Day feud, which I'm cool with. I think would be a lot of fun.
Maybe another swerve. She does end up. I assume they're probably going to continue with the story after getting the Liv Morgan helps him win. I think they're going to continue with that story in the eventual breaking up of Judgment Day with Liv leading the charge there, or
Yeah.
maybe not the breaking up, but the separation of the Judgment Day.
It's really going to come
Um,
down to what side Raquel's on. I think Finn and JD will split
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Roxanne will split off. So it'll be either Roxanne and Raquel, or what I would want to see Dom, Liv Morgan, and Raquel as a smaller Judgment Day. I think that would just be a fun ass group. Um,
I'd rather
let's
see Finn leave.
I want to see Finn get the fuck out of there because he is just even seeing him hit the double AA, it was cool seeing that. But Finn Balor just is better than being a fucking joke every week. But whatever. We talk about that every show. Um, let's kind of
Literally.
pivot over to some stuff that happened outside of Survivor Series. And we could start with Carmelo Hayes versus Gunther. This is something new that I want to do on here. I think this was the match of the week. Carmelo Hayes versus Gunther. If I had to, I would take it over any Survivor Series match, any Continental Classic match. This was a fun match. I didn't get got this time because of Javon Evans stuff. I was just like, there's just no way. I'm not gonna fall for it this week. But I'm so happy. It feels like Carmelo Hayes is finally getting that juice from the crowd, that juice from people online.
Yeah.
And I think like sure, maybe he doesn't um or he didn't win the tournament, but I think we're gonna go in the right direction with him. Hopefully, starting by the Royal Rumble.
We'll just have to see. But what we're learning is Gunther works well with NXT kids. People that have like electricity and explosivity, Gunther does not do well with the slow folks, like so I don't know. I really liked the match. I think Carmelo Hayes is obviously going to he's a future champion. I mean, like future world champ in my opinion. I would have liked to see him win, even though I think we all knew it wasn't gonna happen. But
Like
good match.
Carmelo Hayes versus John Cena would be a great last match because I wouldn't be mad if Melo lost that. You know, like Melo isn't
Yeah.
being booked as like some superhero or nothing like that. So it would have been like John Cena still putting him over by having a match with him, but not like I think it just that just made too much sense. But I think they fucked up by putting them on the same side of the bracket. Carmelo Hayes versus Gunther should have been the championship. It's probably going to end up being the best match of the tournament. Um, yeah, simple. Other than you think Carmelo versus Gunther is better than Javon and Gunther?
I think when it comes to the finish, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But when it actually comes to the match itself, I like the Javon Evans match better when it came to the actual wrestling and the high
uh,
spots and everything. But the finish, of course, just getting muddy. I'm just getting tired of distraction finishes. I think the distraction stuff in the especially in the tournament is the most frustrating shit in the world. It'd be like doing King of the Ring, but every single match ends in distraction finish. Like, what's the point? We're here
yeah.
to, you know, I don't know. It's
Solo would
just
win King of the Ring.
exactly. So this is all leading to Jay and Gunther, right? Like,
Yeah,
is that what we're feeling? This is leading to
I
Jay
feel
and
that.
Gunther. Yeah. So
Yeet.
I don't
We
know.
also had the Penta injury, which absolutely sucked. Prayers up to
Yeah.
Penta.
I don't know what
It
he did. Like, I
he
even
landed.
watching the
He landed
landing,
weird. It
so
looked
maybe he
like he
broke his
landed right on his
collarbone.
shoulder. Wait, they said collarbone?
I'm saying, I'm thinking if you land on your shoulder and you crunch in, like that can dislocate or break the collarbone, the connection points. Like, I'm trying to
Yeah.
think, 'cause it didn't look like he tore anything because it's like he didn't extend anything weird. It's just like that's like a crunching break.
And I know WWE came out and said they planned on Solo winning anyway, but if we had Penta versus Gunther, oh my, that would have been like that's graps. That's just everything you could want and more in a wrestling match, you know? And then you have Jey Uso and LA Knight on the other side, but
Mhm.
um
Yeah, Penta versus Gunther would have been bad, in a good way. Like it would have been just brutal. It would have been chops and kicks and in Hurricane Rana DDT. Seeing Gun, I want to see Gunther take a Mexican
Mexican
destroyer from the top
destroyer
rope. I want to
and
see
kick
what
out
that
of
looks
it
like.
and kick out of
And
it at
kick
one.
out at one. He does the body press kick out, just
Yeah,
presses him off. No, he somehow will turn the Mexican destroyer into a rear naked choke and just
literally put him out. Which I fuck it, it'd be fine. I wish we got to see that match. That would have been an amazing match. And then on SmackDown,
we'll still see it at some point, just not
oh for sure.
now.
I mean, I don't know, bro. WWE just likes running the same shit. We're gonna see 10 Jey Uso Gunther matches before we see Gunther versus Penta. Um,
Yes.
on SmackDown, they kind of teased Michin versus Jade, which it's like, why the fuck does that match need a
It made
tease?
no sense.
No
Made
sense,
0
bro.
sense, and then Jade coming out and, like, getting feuding with another title holder as well?
Stupid. Like
Like,
Jade,
and what is going on? Like, is it just like a kind of like Shawn Michaels when he was upset, he just starts super kicking everybody? Like, is that the gimmick we're trying to do?
I think
Like,
it's just like I'm angry and I kill cocky people, but it's like I don't I mean, I'm hoping Bianca comes back soon.
and they're all
Because
so talented too. That's the thing that really sucks
yeah.
is that they're all so good on the mic, in the ring, outside the ring, they're good. It just shows that the booking is just weird right now.
And they're just making everybody jobbers. And it's like, you're the champ. Why are you feuding with jobbers? Go find someone or wait for somebody. Like, it would be different if she came out and fucked up Tiffany Stratton or Nia Jackson, Lash Legend, or
Literally,
Charlotte.
or interrupted the War Games match, like what happened, you know what I mean? Like, coming in there being like, "I should
That
be
would have
in,"
been
you know?
sick. That if she just came in there and fucked everyone up, I would have been with that.
And then
But
just left, I mean, like, "I should have been in this match, you guys are losers." This
literally,
you
but
know?
for her to have like these feuds and then Charlotte came out 2 weeks ago and kind of punked her ass, like, why
Mhm.
are you feuding with these people when Charlotte did that to your face and you didn't do shit? You
And
know,
then
like
they're not separating Charlotte from Alexa either, so why is Charlotte even doing that? Because it's like she's in a tag team right now. I don't
makes no
know.
sense. It just
I don't
makes
know.
no sense. And then we had that traditional Survivor Series War Games match or Survivor Series match, which I thought was amazing. I really enjoyed that match. And I'm hoping they stick with I don't think Sami Zayn's gonna win the Royal Rumble anymore. I'm pivoting off of that. Um, so I would love to see a year with this team as a faction. Sami Zayn, Shinsuke, the Motor City Machine Guns, and Ray Fenix, kind of as one of those teams that's not like super involved with each other, but like they're always like, like I would love to see that because I think that would be a cool little faction. I think I don't remember what they called, but it was like an international coalition or something like that. I would love to see more of this little group.
And then Solo getting the clean win,
I thought it was cool. I'm cool with
the
it.
spike, and
Here,
Sammy not kicking out of that finisher. That's you know why I think it's gonna be Solo and not Jay and not Gunther is just because of that. because WWE told Sammy take the pin after one spike,
So you think
and he
Solo's gonna
did.
beat Gunther this week?
I think somehow, some way, Solo with distraction finish. Unfortunately, I could see Solo beating Gunther and then losing to Cena, having the second match. Because remember how Solo beat Cena at WrestleMania like a while ago.
Or Crown Jewel, I think it was, and they
Or
did
was it
the
Crown
whole like
Jewel?
John Cena doesn't have his voice bullshit. But I think I would agree with you if the Wyatt Six didn't come out after. I think I would
Oh,
be
I
with you.
totally forgot. I think honestly, I think I turned off the TV before that happened.
Really, the Wyatt Six came out after, and
I
I
saw it
think
on
they're setting it
Twitter.
that 5-on-5. I think they won't let an interference happen in that Gunther match. I would agree though. I think it would have been sick if Solo got the clean win. Then I would have been a little bit more like, oh shit, is Solo gonna beat Gunther? But I think having Bo Dallas out there and stuff like
I
that
forgot about that.
kind of kills that vibe.
Oh yeah, it
That's
was
kind
the
of
whole stupid like making everyone look one way, and then Uncle Howdy comes in from behind. Right? Was that the spot they did?
it was stupid, but I'm with it every time. Just have Bo Dallas just fucking laugh and hit a fucking
He
sister
doesn't do
Abigail.
enough. That's the thing. I would love to see him in an actual match. Like, is that too much to ask? Because I think
Yes.
Bo Dallas is a really good worker. It is too much to ask, actually. Yes, it is.
Yes. um,
Can the wrestlers wrestle, please?
no, they won't. Let's
No.
head over to AEW a little bit. I think this is a great week for wrestling on the AEW side as well. Fletcher
Mhm.
beat Okada in the Continental Classic. Our video on Wednesday is going to be our Continental Classic full prediction, so make sure you stick around for that. We won't talk too much about the Classic. We'll save it for that. But Fletcher beat Okada. I feel like that was the only big match, and then we had a Takeshita match too this week. But the cool stuff from this week, I think the Eddie Kingston promo might be promo of the year, man. When he came out there and said, "I'm not trying to build a
Yeah.
character," I was like, "Ooh, that's that shit, boy."
That was a shoot promo. I mean, like as real, I genuinely, I think I texted you. I was like, I'm actually like concerned for him. Like, like genuinely for me, I'm like I'm kind of sitting there like Eddie Kingston said some very real stuff that I think a lot of people can relate to.
Oh,
And having something in your life that you you would rather die if you can't do it. You know what I mean? Like he hinted at a lot of things. There's a lot of different ways you could take what he said,
yeah,
but I don't know. I saw something very real from him and promo of the year across all promotions.
yeah.
Maybe Adam Cole talking about his neck. I mean his concussions.
But that
Maybe,
wasn't
but
really a promo. That was like a fucking
that was an
shot to the
update.
heart for me. That shit hurt. But
But
I
yeah, Eddie
agree, man.
Kingston was so good.
It was amazing, and I'm excited for him versus Joe. I think it's kind of setting up a match where like Hook is just gonna fuck Eddie Kingston over because Eddie Kingston said he doesn't blame Hook and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I think it's just gonna set up like how far is Hook willing to go. And he's obviously gonna side with the ops.
How old is
Um,
Hook, by the way? Because like every time I see him, I'm
dude,
like that's like a 12-year-old kid.
bro, I want to say he's like 24.
Because
He
like he looks so young to me.
he's 26. Yeah, he's a youngin, bro. I don't really like him that much, but I do like the storyline at least.
Yeah.
Um, I hate the Hangman and Swerve teaming up thing. I'm never gonna get behind. I know a lot of
It's
people
also
on
just
Twitter
not
are,
hitting.
dude. It sucks because I do really love AEW, but I think there's a lot of fans who just like blindly support it, and that shit pisses me off. Where they're like, "You don't understand. You're not understanding what's going on." Swerve said he wants a title, and he knows Hangman's the only way to a title, and it's like that's just like generational hate. You burn my parents' house or my family house down. I break into your home. You don't just team up because you want a title all of a sudden. Like that shit just makes zero sense
Yeah.
to me.
It should be like Peter Griffin and the Bird and Family Guy. Like that's what they should be. On
On
site
site.
every time, no
Yeah,
words, no nothing, just fighting. And yeah, and we all know what's going to happen. This is leading to a Hangman and Swerve match down the line.
for
This is
sure.
leading to another feud between them because that's just it's the tale of it's tale as old as time when it comes to tag teams or even teams of opportunity. Um I do think they're going to revisit that trauma, but then it just makes it seem dumb. Like once you revisit it, it's like, but you didn't care like 3 months ago,
That's
but now
just
you
not what
do care.
wrestling is. You know,
Yeah, I
like
don't
it
know.
just shouldn't be a therapy session every fucking time. Like just go out there, kill each other, and fucking let me watch. That's it.
And
I'm
go have a
selfish,
drink
baby.
after, like be boys after. We don't need it to be It doesn't need to be a sermon every time you watch wrestling.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know. I don't. I'm not. At first I liked it. I kind of had some pushback with you on it, like last time, but then now I'm like, I saw it. I saw the how it's effervescing, and I'm like, I don't know. It's not really hitting for me. It just feels weird. Feels wrong. You
it's
know.
not right. It's ugly. And then the last thing, I this is just personal because I know I love FTR, but another team that I really love came back together. I mean, they've been together, but like they're back in the title picture. The Bang Bang Gang. This was a team that kind of got me into AEW when it was originally with Jay White, the Guns, and Juice Robinson.
Hmm.
And now it's just Juice and I want to say it's Austin Gunn, one of the Guns. But yeah, this is such a sick team. I don't think they beat FTR, but I'm hoping we're setting
What's
up
the
like a
name of the
good
tag team again? I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Bang Bang Gang.
Yeah.
They were on Collision though, so it aired on Thanksgiving. It wasn't on Dynamite. I did get to watch.
Yeah, I did. I did not watch that. I watched updates.
I just watched it because I wanted to watch Takeshita fight, and it was cool seeing the Bang Bang Gang on there.
Oh my gosh, a K-pop group just came up. Okay, I'm just
Oh
gonna
no,
ignore that. I
oh
was like,
no.
that is not. Those are not wrestlers. Okay.
But Jay White is one of the best wrestlers in the world, so I'm hoping they set up a return for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out the Bang Bang Gang. I just wanted to throw that in there. Is there anything else you wanted to hit on, or did we cover everything for
Honestly,
the week?
I didn't have much to say about AEW except for the Eddie Kingston promo and the Swerve and Hangman stuff kind of being mid. Not mid. Honestly, it's not even mid. They're doing it fine. It's just not what I like.
Yeah,
They're doing their jobs fine. Swerve is making it believable in a sense, but it's just what it's doing is it's deteriorating the character, which is what I don't like.
yeah,
But they're doing everything fine. Their acting is fine. Their wrestling's great, as always. Um, what's going on with the ops is good too. Eddie Kingston versus Samoa Joe is going to be great, but like we said before we even started the live, it's wrestling heavy right now. The storylines kind of seem to be very sluggish on the building of it all.
yeah.
But we're getting there. I do think the payoff will be really good, especially with the Eddie Kingston stuff. But nothing else I really wanted to add.
Hey, I'm with it. I'm with you, man. We're gonna talk more about the Continental Classic on Wednesday, so make
Yeah.
sure you stick around for that. I will say, if you're not watching AEW right now, you should because the Continental Classic is some of the best wrestling you'll probably see on American soil. So make sure you check that out. Again, I'm Ant. This is John. Like, subscribe, follow, do all that. Shout out Boom Fantasy as well. John, anything else you want to say, brother?
Yeah, like you said, R2P, Boom Fantasy, and also NXT is gonna be popping soon. Continental Classics popping off. Get on watching now. It's a good time to be a wrestling fan.
Great time to be a wrestling fan. We out. Good, good. Bow.